Good morning, my neighbors! Hey, fuck you! Yes! Yes! Fuck you, too! Hello, everyone.
What's up, dirty dogs?
Hello?
What's up, everybody? It's good to see ya. You guys ready?
Let's go!
Let's go! Let's go. It's good to see you guys. Happy Morgan. Happy hump day. What's up, Brian? What's up, BJ? What's up, Karma? Yeah. F you too. That's it. What's up, Killa? Oh, Stinks just walked in. Perfect timing. Let's get his camera up. Let's get this going. It's right here. There he is. He's a happy boy. He just ate. Bath time after he ate. What's up, Kenneth? Perfect timing. Look, Spindler right there. Look at him. Oh.
September 4th, 2024. I'm Paul Krikorian, President of the Council, and we are
Sounds
ready
sick,
to
bro.
begin.
You coming to
Public
work all
comment will
sick
be
for?
taken today both here in the John Ferraro Council chambers and by teleconference.
What's up, man?
Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Blumenfield, De Leon, Harris, Dawson, Hernandez, Hug.
Yeah, I know, we watched it, Alexander.
Park, Price, Robin, Rodriguez, Soto, Martinez,
We watched it live.
Members present and a quorum, Mr. President.
Thank you. First order of business, please.
Approval of the minutes of
Terry.
September 3rd, 2024.
Councilmember Hutt moves. Councilmember Lee seconds. Next.
Commendatory resolution.
That happens, RJ.
For approval.
Councilmember Park moves.
Why,
Councilmember Soto
until you
Martinez
win,
seconds.
you ain't
Next.
shit. Not
Let's
any
run through the
team.
agenda, please.
Gotta win.
Mr. President, would you like to take all items forthwith today?
Without objection, that will be the order.
Item 1 is an item notice for public hearing. Items 2 through 12 are items for which public hearings have been held. Items 13 through 30 are items for which public hearings have not
Thank
been
you,
held.
Avino.
For item 30, there is a typo on the agenda that
First
says that
round
the
going.
item was continued on September 4th, but let the record reflect that the item was actually continued from Friday, August 30th. 10 votes are required for consideration.
Very good.
You're just in time, lady. We
Members,
just
are there
started.
any items that you would like to call special? Councilmember
Get it,
McCosker.
Danielle.
Thank you very much. I would like to call item 5 for an amendment, which I believe the city attorney
What's up,
has.
Mama
And
Heck?
before he reads that, I'd like to
Nice
call
swap.
item 29 for comment. Thank you.
Very good. So, Mr. City Attorney, can you please
Almost
read
there,
into the
dude.
record the amendment
It's
on
almost at
item number
364
5?
degrees.
Yes, the amendment reads that I move that item number 5 on today's council agenda be amended to remove the Department of City Planning in the moving clause. And is there a second to this motion?
Now, what is
Councilmember
going on with
Blumenfield
this fucking
seconds.
one
Thank you.
eye?
Councilmember Blumenfield.
Yes, on item 20, special.
All right, so we got a lot of people to honor, apparently.
Have a small minute.
And the amendment reads that I move that item number 20 on today's
Well,
agenda be
David,
amended
that's
to
not
adopt
true.
the following
Most people don't
additional
blaze in here.
recommendation.
That's just me.
Transfer/appropriate $15,000
Doom,
from the General
apparently.
City Purposes Fund, number
And Danielle.
100-56, account number 0617, Additional Homeless Services, Council District 3.
Look at his
to
face all the way
Police
at the
Fund,
end.
Number
Look at his face.
100-70, account number
Already looks like he's eating shit all
3040,
morning.
contractual services, for recycling and dismantling of vehicles that are eligible for salvage.
So part.
Is there a second to this motion?
Mr. Lee, second.
I'm sorry, who was the second?
They start at 230,000 or so, RJ. That's where they start.
Councilmember De Leon.
And it goes up from there, not including any gifts and kickbacks and all the other stuff that they get. Oh, you want to
31.
build over here? Sure, I'll let you build in my
30.
area.
I
Just,
apologize.
kick
Okay,
me back a little.
So, Mr. Clerk, item 30.
All right, ladies and
will be
gentlemen, let's
continued
get it.
until what date?
September 11th.
He looks
Without objection,
hungover.
that will be the order. Councilmember Rodriguez.
I look hungover.
I'd like to request items 10 and 11 for a separate vote. And then at the request of the author for item 20, she requested it continued for 2 weeks, September 18th.
Item 20.
Correct.
All right, Mr. Clerk, item 20, when would 2 weeks be? What date would that be?
2 weeks would be September 18th, sir.
All right, without objection, that will be the order. Any other specials, members?
I don't know what Trillium is, Jeremiah, sorry.
All right, seeing no
It's good to see
other
you.
specials, Mr. Clerk, what is available now
I
for us
did,
to vote on?
Danielle.
Mr. President, council may now vote on items 2 through 4.
Fell asleep quick. I didn't even
6
have any
through 12.
All right,
Yogurt.
those items
What's
are
up,
now
Christy?
before us.
What's up, Dark Corner? Yeah, I didn't even have any yogurt like I said I was.
I'm sorry, 10 and 11 are
Right
separate
to
votes,
bed.
so council may now vote on items 2 through 4, and 6 through 9, and 12.
Very good. Thank you. So those items are now before us. I see no
What's up,
members
big guy?
wishing to be heard.
Just chilling.
Let's open the roll.
Enjoyed my first bowl and took
Close
care
the
of
roll
stinks
and tabulate
had my
the votes.
pills for the morning and got all
10
that
aye.
stuff and yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll.
All right. Let's go ahead now and take up items. Was it 10 and 11 that were called special for
What's up,
separate
Paul?
vote and public comments?
Oh,
Are
I
we
just take
satisfied on those
blood
items?
pressure medication.
All right. Does anybody
You
wish
know,
to be
and
heard on
vitamins.
those items?
That's it.
Seeing
Those
none,
are my
on
pills.
items 10 and 11, members. Let's open the roll.
Yeah, I got the AC already on. I turned
Close
that
the
fucking
roll
thing on
and
at
tabulate
5
the
o'clock and then
votes.
5:30 when I woke up to feed stinks. Maybe it's almost
10
6,
ayes, 1 no.
5:45. That way it
Very
stays
good.
cold in the
All right.
house
Well,
the whole
with
day.
that,
Supposed to be
we
104
are
here
ready to
today. I think.
begin our presentation for the day. And so before we do that, I do also want to take a
Yeah,
point
it's
of
already
privilege to
93.
recognize the
It's
presence
93 and
of
it's
our
only 10
former
o'clock.
colleague, Councilmember Joe Buscaino, who's here with us in the council
Yeah, it'll be
chambers.
104
Councilmember
today.
Buscaino,
104.
welcome back to our chambers.
104.
And with that, I'd like to recognize Councilmember Park and Councilmember Lee to lead us in our presentation.
Tomorrow's supposed to be
Councilmember, you have the
108.
floor.
Friday's supposed to be 108. 106 on Saturday. 103 on Sunday. I told you though, it's supposed to be 114 at my mom's house tomorrow. look at Spindler just flicking him off. You see him in the top left? The blue shirt. I fucking love it. Just a random fuck you to everybody.
Thank you, Council President and colleagues. I am proud to be joined this morning
There's
by
Spindler
members
right
of the
there.
Asian
Look at him. Look at him.
American
Look at him.
Hotel
Look at his
Owners
face.
Association.
Look at his face.
Established in 1989, the association has grown into the largest of hotel owners in the world, representing
Look at him.
nearly
Look at him.
20,000 members who contribute substantially to the local
They're gonna
economy,
change that camera any
creating
moment. There it
jobs
goes.
and providing leadership.
Can't
within
have
their
the goat
communities.
sitting right out front.
This, of course, is
That's
in
a
addition
no-no.
to offering education courses,
Look at him.
resources,
Look at him.
and efforts to foster a strong sense of community
He got it in.
among hotel owners.
He got it in.
The association's commitment
Fuck
to excellence,
you.
diversity, and inclusion has set high standards, supporting the growth and success of Asian Americans and other minority hotel owners. It's now my privilege to turn the podium over to my friend and colleague, Councilmember John Lee.
Boo! Who's booing him? Probably Spindler. Boo!
Let me just start off by saying thank you to Councilmember Park for bringing these incredible individuals into City Council today. It is truly an honor for me to celebrate Asian Americans and their remarkable achievements whenever we have the opportunity. The contributions are
lucky,
integral
Walter.
to the
Got a heat
fabric
wave
of our
here.
community and
Big
our
time.
city's success. The people gathered here today represent a pivotal industry in Los Angeles. An industry that is not only a cornerstone of our local economy,
You know if it's
but also
100,
vital to our city's
93 degrees
vibrancy
at
and
10 o'clock in the
sustainability.
morning. It's hot.
Los Angeles, as we all know, is one of the world's most iconic cities.
Start
Our
now for
diverse
you.
cultural landscape and global influence draws
Don't see him,
visitors
Mark.
from every corner of the world, all eager to experience the magic of the place that we all proudly call home. Tourism is so incredibly important to our city,
For the most part,
fueling
Mad Tree,
countless
I agree.
businesses and creating numerous job opportunities, and it's only possible because of entrepreneurs like those we have with us
I mean, there's
today.
Asian hate between their
And
groups.
as we continue to nurture and support tourism
Go up to a
industry,
Chinese person,
we
call
not
them
only
Korean or
enhance our city's
Japanese
global
and
standing,
see
but
what their
also ensure
response is.
that Los Angeles remains a vibrant, welcoming place for everyone.
Most people
The
don't
healthier
consider
our tourism
Indians
sector,
Asian,
the
but of
stronger
course they
our city
are.
becomes,
So,
fostering economic growth
I
that
guess most
ultimately
people don't
benefits
look at them
all
as
Angelinos.
Asian.
I hope that we consider policies here in these chambers and legislation
India's
that
in
affect
Asia.
the hospitality industry. We understand the distinction between the operators that we have here today and the major corporate flagships that offer conference spaces, restaurants, spas, and other features. These are limited service operators that offer
Yeah, Chad,
rooms,
I-
and is important
Till I get
that we
real proof, I don't
distinguish
believe none of
the
that shit
difference
anymore.
between them
Just to be
and
honest
the
with you,
full
Chad
service
Meisner.
operators. So let me conclude by saying I am proud to celebrate these remarkable entrepreneurs.
They're going to be throwing a whole
and their
lot of that at
contributions
you
to
coming
Los
November.
Angeles. And let us continue to work together to bolster an industry that is so crucial to the continued success of our great city. Thank you very much.
So I would just, I'd
Thank you,
caution
Councilmember Lee. It
you've
is now
fallen
my
into a lot
pleasure
of that.
to introduce the CEO and President of the Asian American Hotel Owners Association.
Those are the
Laura
same
Lee.
people who told you some dude who tried to shoot somebody had no footprint. You can't find him anywhere on the internet. Yet,
Association in the world.
homeboy's like 19.
We, the leaders of
Good luck.
AHOA, along with our members and the greater
Except for
Los
one thing,
Angeles
that he
area,
voted, and
thank
he
this
sent
LA
money
City
to
Council
Republic,
for welcoming us here
Democrats.
today,
But yet he was a
especially to
Republican.
Councilmember Park and Councilmember Lee.
Same people.
We are here to celebrate AHOA Day 2024.
Oh, there's Stacy.
So thank you for
She's
this
in
introduction.
chamber.
My name is Laura Lee Blake, President and CEO of AHOA, and I am here with several of
AHOA?
our leaders and members that I would
You're a
like to
hoa.
introduce.
No, I ain't a
First,
hoa.
Andy
You're a whore.
Bhakta, who is the Regional Director of the Greater Los Angeles area. We have Ray Patel, who is the President of the Northeast Los Angeles
Oh, there's my girlfriend.
Hotel Owners
Look at her right there in the last row.
We have Neil Bhakta, who is our South Pacific
Laser
Regional
lady.
Director. We have Sheetal Zina Patel, who is our Western Director, the Women's Director for the Western Division.
Figure
And
hoa.
then we have our AHOA members. I would ask each of you to stand in celebration of this day.
This is Indian garb. Look at him back there. Oh. Fucking Spindler's back there. I want to see. Oh, there's my other girlfriend. She's back there too.
Hotel Owners
Both my ladies.
Association, and this year actually marks our 35th anniversary.
is.
35 years ago, we have a photo of 12 men who gathered together to form this association. And now, 35 years later, we have nearly 20,000 members who own more than 60% of all
Not bad.
hotels across the United States.
Great. So they own
AHOA was
60% of the
formed to
hotels
fight
across the United States, Indian
by
folks?
banks
Holy
and
shit.
by insurance companies
Is that a real stat?
that did not trust the owners with the last name Patel. And
Patel.
unfortunately, today, we continue to fight discrimination. But AHOA members are continuing to
Oh, there
come
he is, 3-inch
together.
shrimp in the
They
yellow
came from
shirt. He's
India,
there.
Buying hotels, sacrificing
4 regulars,
everything,
5 regulars.
sacrificing their family life, raising their families here, supporting their employees, connecting the community, and they have lifted up the travel and tourism industry. It is often said that AHOA is not just the voice of the industry, AHOA is the industry. Now we have many second and third generation hoteliers, many who are here today.
These are the dudes
who
that
grew
skim
up
your
in the hotels.
debit cards.
Unlike most of us who were able to do after-school sports
comment.
and extracurricular activities, these young men and women had to go home and help their families make beds and man the front desk. And now they've been
I mean, like
educated
everybody
in
else,
our
every other American that goes
universities
to
and are
work and then
here
still has to work when they
support
come
the
home.
traveling public with
Is that what you mean?
operating
But
these
they didn't get a
hotels.
special day or a
One
plaque.
quick
Got it.
important note, most of our members own limited service hotels. And what do I mean by that? That means their only room revenues come from the guests staying in the hotels. They do not have restaurants, they do not have spas, they do not have valet parking. Instead, they offer their guests free Wi-Fi, free
Wow.
breakfast,
Wow.
free parking, and the owners themselves and their employees meet with their guests
Hear
to
this?
create that personal connection.
Free Wi-Fi
That
and
is the
free
way
parking
AHOA
after you
to
pay for a
serve the
room.
budget hoteliers. AHOA also has a
Shut up.
commitment to the community.
Why don't you get on your
and to
knees
their
and suck
employees'
every one of those
welfare.
fucking Indian
They
cocks?
treat
Put
their
the
staff
brown
like
Indian
family.
cock inside your mouth.
For years they have been working together.
Jesus,
AHOA
you'd be better off
members
with that, and I
serve
don't
the
have to hear you
community by
either.
combating human trafficking and combating crime in and around their hotels. They are here to serve Los Angeles.
Please, put the Indian
Let me
dick inside
touch
of
on
your mouth.
very quickly a couple big events
Bertie, please.
that we host every year. One that I'm particularly excited about is going to take place next week in Redondo Beach, California. It is our Women's Hoteliers Conference. It's called Her Ownership with a focus on women. I would invite each and every one of you to come and join us on September 12 and 13 in Redondo Beach. Another big event that we do in 2 weeks is we're going to DC to talk on behalf of hotel owners to our federal elected officials about issues impacting us. And then we are doing a young professionals event in February.
Pocahontas,
again,
are you Indian?
Touching on every aspect of the community. Finally,
I mean dot,
I'll
not
talk
feather.
about our charitable initiatives. AHOA, last year we raised more than $350,000 through charitable golf tournaments to give back to the community and the local organizations.
Shit, yeah, Indian golf.
And this year we've launched an AHOA
They like
charitable
cricket?
foundation where we've already collected thousands of dollars in pledges. So before we show you a video that we are also very proud of, because last year, AHOA, recognizing the greatness of this city of Los
Always,
Angeles,
Randy, because the
we
white
actually
liberals
hosted
know
what we
exactly what
call
everybody,
our
especially
AHOA-thon,
of color,
which is the largest
what is best for
hotel
them.
owners convention
How the
in
the
country. We
inequalities.
attracted more than 8,000 members to Los Angeles. It was our AHOA-Con 23. We will show you a video, a little snippet
AHOA-Con.
of it in just a minute in Los Angeles here.
I just can't.
But let me
Too
close
funny.
by saying
AHOA-Con.
that AHOA has an unwavering commitment
Shit is a
to
step.
empowering Asian American and minority business owners and women hoteliers in this community.
They just like to
AHOA
speak,
is
David,
dedicated
purely.
to shaping
just,
a prosperous
just likes to
future
talk.
for Los Angeles. And this AHOA Day reinforces LA's commitment to us as well. So thank you again. Thank you to this LA City Council. Thank you to AHOA. May God bless us all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Laura. And as Chair of Trade, Travel, and Tourism, I just want to really acknowledge the partnership and the investment that you've made in Los Angeles, our local economy and jobs, and for all of the work that you do.
There you go,
on
you
equity
buzzed
and
her.
inclusion.
Look at
With that, we
Stacy
have a
right there with
very
the bandana on her face. I guess that's so what's his name can't take pictures of her. Oh my god, I gotta mute this shit so that way I don't have a dumb copyright on this bullshit song. It's really just knee bend every single day to every single type of group. Don't forget one, so that way we'll get that vote and continue in power. That's all this is. That's all this is. That's all it is. I don't care what anybody fucking tells me. Okay? If she's Indian, I'm the fucking Pope. Okay? I'm Pope John Damon II. Just like my fathers before me. The super pander. That's it. Every day it's a new group. Ukrainians, Indians. You know, what was it last week? It was the Guatemalans and the Salvadorians. I mean, it's every goddamn day. Let's just get every single person in here and just knee bend so we can get that vote, baby. Pretend like we care. Then when we get that power, we don't give a fuck. Kind of like the folks that are finding out that they didn't get their reparations like they thought were coming and were promised. Remember that in November. And like I was cautioning somebody else in this room, be careful what you read and see, guys, in this next few months. They're going to be putting a whole lot at you so you don't fucking think about what's going on. So you're busy looking at this and looking at that and not what's really going on. Pay attention. Pay attention. She's probably married to an Indian. Well, again, that might be. Does that make her the spokesman for Indian folks? Huh? Does that make that so? That's all I'm saying. You know, I've dated Latino women, a lot of different ones from different countries. Does that make me the spokesman for them? because I put my penis in some of them? Just saying. Just saying. Just asking. Does that make me qualified?
Councilmember Park, before you close,
No,
I do
it doesn't.
want to recognize.
I'll
a
answer
few
the
members
question
who'd
for
like
you.
To share a few comments, starting with Councilmember Hutt.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Too much information?
Thank you, Councilmember
Oh, well,
Park and
Liberty.
Councilmember
Oh, well.
Lee. I just want to thank AHA for making an investment in our community, certainly in CD10. We know that you bring jobs, and during the pandemic, you helped so much on Inside Safe. I just want to thank you for
During the
being
pandemic.
here,
You
being
mean-
entrepreneurs and really giving.
What she really means is they paid them to house folks in their hotels that weren't filled anyways. And a lot of these are the Figueroa owners. The little motels where you fuck for an hour and then you leave. A lot of that is that too. Don't trip.
Los Angeles, all that you got. Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you. Councilmember Rodriguez.
That's what that means.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilmember Park and Lee, for this wonderful presentation. You know, today is Los Angeles' 243rd birthday. And so how apropos is it that you are being celebrated for the immense contributions that you have in each of our communities, helping to reinvest and keep Los Angeles strong. So I want to thank you for your work and your effort to help sustain a standard in service, but that entrepreneurial spirit that you've found here in our great city. Because if not for that investment and that commitment to sustain LA's tourism industry, which is what you are also a part of, we would have a much more difficult time being the incredible economic force that we are in this country. And so for that, I just want to say congratulations. Thank you so much for your investment and sustained support for our local communities, but maintaining the professionalism and your cooperation and working with all of us to help solve some of LA's most intractable problems. I know that you talked about human trafficking and some of the other issues that have obviously affected each of our communities, and your collaboration in terms of our ability to sustain a better public safety outcome for residents in Los Angeles. We appreciate your continued support and cooperation. So thank you so much, and congratulations on all your success, and wishing you continued success.
Thank you. Councilmember De Leon.
Oh, great.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I just want to thank Council Members Park and Lee for the introduction and recognition of OHA and the incredible folks here. But it's also a true American story, being an immigrant who leaves his native country, coming halfway across the world, coming to the United States of America. We know that the margins are always tight, and they get tighter. And I learned from Mr. Patel, who has a hotel on Colorado Boulevard, bless you, in Eagle Rock.
Get up in there,
the
Twitcher.
Limited services, which I didn't have no knowledge. Obviously when you go to these big hotels.
I don't know, Alex.
To your point, they have various restaurants, not just one restaurant, many restaurants. They have a spa. Some of them have golf courses. They have all of these amenities. When you go park there, it's $20, $30, $40, $50 just for the parking itself. Big convention sites that generate other types of streams of revenue. And then obviously, the big brands, whether it be Marriott or the Westin or the Hyatt or the Hilton, oftentimes they actually don't even own the real estate asset. They don't own that asset.
They're smart. They just rent it because it's a tax deduction. They're not stupid.
The Asian
Kevin.
American Hotel Owners Association.
Corporations know how to spend their money
you don't have all
and
that
not
to
get
bring in
taxed.
revenue. All you have is that door with that bed, and that's your profit margin right there. And I learned a lot from Mr. Patel, and I appreciate. Ray Patel. 'Cause I know there's a lot of Patels here, right? Yeah. To be very specific, Ray Patel.
Too many
and I
Patels.
appreciate that education.
Come on.
That when you briefed me, I remember in my office in Eagle Rock, and I learned a lot. I know this is it's hard work. I've gone to where at the time I didn't have the financial resources. I would stay at motels, and
I know,
with
you
the
were
family.
slumming it at the
And
Holiday Inn.
You see the mother, the father, the grandparents, you see the children, you see the large extended family, working, 24/7, or you arrive at 2
Way
or
too
3 in
many
the morning and you bring that buzz, that bell, and they're waking up, and you have the service folks who come in, and it's tough work. It's hard work. So I just, you've been working your fingers to the bone and you're trying to stay above water. So I just appreciate, who you are and where you come from and what you do for our economy. And obviously, collectively, we're here to support you. And
What's
again,
up, Jason?
Councilwoman Park as well as Lee. Thank you very much for uplifting their voices and presenting them for who they are, a big, strong contributor to our economy here in Los Angeles. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to add, and thank you, Councilmember Rodriguez, for pointing out that today is Los Angeles' birthday. And it's really appropriate, I think, that we have this presentation today because this city was created by some incredibly brave, resilient, hardy people who walked here from the Mission San Gabriel and who made their way up from other parts of what was then Spain to come here and form a city on September 4th of 1781, a town. And those 44 pobladores, were really the spirit of Los Angeles. And in the same way, now, it's very easy for people to say, I love LA, and be a booster for this city.
Because they were colonizers,
but
Doom.
for the people who are here,
they were probably white, so they're the devil.
They've come here, worked 12, 14 hours a day more
anything
to
other
build
than
a
white,
business,
come on
to
down.
create some savings.
We'll honor you.
And then invested those life savings in the soil that we are on. In
I
the
know,
brick
Twitcher, so
and
go
mortar
watch it.
businesses that create Los
Okay,
Angeles.
go watch the endless
Putting that
loop of
life
nothing that you're
savings
going to
at
see.
great risk.
Go watch it.
That
They'll keep feeding you
is
a
how
new
you
story
show
every
that
10
you love
minutes.
LA. And
about
the
it.
people who are here who built
9,000
those
died. No, it's
that depend on
9,600
continuing
that
to
died
promote
today.
the future of Los
I know, I
Angeles
get
and
it.
LA's
I understand.
tourism. We're also grateful for you for that incredible vote of confidence in the future of this city.
Same people that tell
you've
you that the
cast
guy who
with
got
your
shot,
own
the guy who shot the
sweat,
guy,
effort,
nothing on him.
capital that you've invested in this city. We're all grateful for you.
Remember,
very, very
when the
much. And
pandemic
Councilmember
happened,
Park,
we told you to
Councilmember
go
Lee,
home and
thank
just
you
wash
for
your hands and
celebrate,
self-quarantine. You'll be just fine.
owners
Remember
who are
that
here
too?
with us
I remember
today.
that too.
Councilmember Park.
So I don't, difference is I don't pick and choose.
Well, as we celebrate
I
our
understand
city's
they're
birthday,
liars all the
September 4th
time.
Also provides an
I use
opportunity
to see what's
celebrate
going
and
on.
honor the accomplishments
There ain't nothing to see.
and the contributions of AHOA and its members to the city of Los Angeles and beyond. So, therefore, colleagues,
I've
I would
been
like
done
to
through
present
this
this
shit.
resolution on
We were
behalf
here
of
for the
Los
Las
Angeles
Vegas
City
shooting live.
Council,
It's not what was
acknowledging the
happening. It's
invaluable
not what you were sold.
contributions that your members have made to the hospitality industry and to our local economy. Congratulations.
Okay? So I don't understand how somebody can watch that and realize they're clearly lying to you. But yet you see the next story and you believe everything they've got to say. That's just,
All right.
it's odd to me.
Thank you all
Really,
very
it
much
is.
for
It's odd.
joining us today, and much continued
What's up, Hearts?
success to all of you.
And I don't follow that
Mr.
shit.
Clerk,
I don't prop
with
it up,
that,
real or
item
fake. I don't
5 is
prop it
called
up.
Special for a technical.
It just goes right over my head.
So may we proceed now with that vote on item 5 as amended with the technical amendment?
Yes, sir.
Michael,
Okay. Do
no,
any
they made
members
me
wish to
take
be
it
heard on
down.
item 5, seeing none, let's go ahead and open the roll.
Because it was harmful
Close the
content.
roll
And in fact,
tabulate the votes.
I put it back up because
Ten
people asked me to put it
Thank
back
you.
up, and
With
then
that,
when
we
I
can go
did, I
next
got
to
in
our
trouble
public
for doing
comment
so
portion of the
by
meeting.
so many people.
So,
Oh my
Mr. Clerk,
God,
Mr. City
I thought it
Attorney,
was a whole
please
nother
read the
event because I'm too
instructions for comment.
stupid to read the title.
As indicated on the agenda,
When the
members of
first
public
word was
wishing to offer
replay.
Public comment should call 669-254-5252
All the senses.
and use meeting ID number 160-535-4466.
We watched all of it. We heard all of it on the police
and then press
scanners
pound.
before they were
And press pound
encrypted.
again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press *9 to request to speak.
And you know what's
When it
funny?
is your turn
More
to
even funny. You want to call in? There's the number. What I thought was even more funny is the fact, or maybe not funny, poor choice of words, but ironic, that the police chief in Las Vegas for Metro during that whole mass shooting is the same exact cop and coroner for Lahaina in Hawaii, where all those people got burned out of their homes. So he went from one of the biggest mass shooting in our country's history to burning people's homes out. Don't really know much about either, do you? How many investigations you see? Again, be careful what you read, ladies and gentlemen. Be careful what you believe in, especially before November 5th.
Open for public comment are items number 1.
If you think I'm lying, look it up.
13 through 30.
Look it the fuck up.
Items that are open
Either that dude's the most biggest black cloud in the history of the world,
items 13 through 30.
or something's going on.
Members of the public may also speak for up to 1 minute for general public
Did a
comment.
good job over here,
During
and
general
he did a
public
good job over
comment,
there, and he
members of the
did.
public may speak to any of the items or anything else in the city's subject matter jurisdiction. For members of the public calling in,
Look it up.
when it is your
I know
turn
it
to
angers
speak,
people
an
when I
automated
talk like
message
this,
from
but
Zoom will prompt you to
I'm
press
not going to
star
lie
6
to you.
unmute yourself.
I understand they
If you
lie
do
to
not do
us.
so,
That's why we
council
use their
staff
feed,
prompt
just
you
to
once
see
more.
what we can see.
At that
We
point,
never
you need
listen to them
immediately
talk,
unmute
ever.
yourself, or
That's why.
unfortunately, you will forfeit your time and we will have to move on to the next caller. Finally, because of a brief time delay between the live meeting and the broadcast, 2 things are important. First, while waiting for your turn to speak on the phone, please keep an ear to the phone so you know in real time when it is your turn to press star 6 to unmute.
Weren't you these the
Second,
same ones who
if you're
told you
listening to
that
this
there was a
meeting on another
Russian
device,
collusion?
Please,
Then all of a sudden we find out that
please
was
turn
all
down
a
the volume
lie?
on those devices immediately when it's your turn
Media
to
is
speak.
quite powerful.
Between the feedback and time delay, it will cause a
Be
great
careful
deal
for
of
what you
confusion
believe.
if you continue to listen on your other devices. Thank you.
Yeah, Operation Mockingbird. It's
All
been
right,
going on
with
for a
that,
long
I'm
time.
going to call a number of names.
This
As I
isn't
call
new.
your name, please make your way to the left-hand
Okay? So
side
be careful what you
of,
believe.
Our chamber so that our sergeants can direct you up to the podium. You don't need to speak in the order that I call you, but please do not line up until I call your name. And I've told some of our regulars.
And realistically, really quickly, that's what I wanted to ask you guys yesterday. Didn't want to get political because it's kind of political. Did you guys see the Amazon Alexa story where people randomly, a lot of people said it was fake. I don't believe it was fake. There's too many of them. I don't know if it's AI generated or not. I'm skeptical, but the Alexa, when you asked it, well, should I vote for Donald Trump? It tells you, oh, well, I can't give you any political advice on either political candidates. But then it says, well, why should I vote for Kamala? Oh, because she's a black woman who strives so hard to get where she's at, and she's this, and she's that, and she's fantastic. Thank you, Bezos.
Speakers that multiple
Go
times.
buy more.
I
Go
wanna
build more
emphasize
dick
it
rockets.
again. I will call the names of people that are invited.
Yeah,
up to
Amazon
speak.
fixed it
Please
later.
Wait until I call your name.
After they got
all right,
caught and
so
outed.
I'm going to call Shatal Zina Patel.
I think that was all not
Shahil
scripted.
Prabhu, I'm
Please.
sorry. Winston Stromberg.
Google's doing the same thing. Yeah, see, I'm sure.
Sarge
So I don't use those
Desai.
Alexas and all that shit. I hate
Neil
giving money to
Bhatta,
Twitch. Everybody who
Manoj
gives me money on
Patel,
Twitch gives away 50 cents right away to
and
that
Kishan
dickhead.
Hira.
50 cents on a dollar he takes. Then I still got to pay taxes on my 50 cents.
Good morning.
That's why I
If you could
hate
please
getting
remind us
money
of the
that
name you
size.
signed up under and the
So
item you'd like to
terrible.
speak to.
Good morning, Winston Stromberg for item 22.
Only pimps take 50% or more.
Thank you. Good morning, council members. Winston Stromberg at Latham and
I'll be
Watkins
voting,
on
Max.
behalf of Wilshire Gailey. I'm speaking about the motion introduced last week by Councilmember Yaroslavsky.
I understand which side
which
is
totally
run by the media.
unnecessary and benefits only Metro and not the city.
Or the media
The
runs
Wilshire
which
Gailey
side.
project will bring 250 units of new housing to the Westwood community. We are here to clarify the record for the council so you understand the actions Metro has taken to thwart this important project. Metro has known about the project
Good for her,
over
RJ.
15 years.
Shout out to her.
And was well aware that the project filed for building permits in 2018. But Metro made a conscious decision to not take the project into account when designing its new Westwood UCLA station. Metro violated its own design rules and now is trying to force Wilshire Gailey to solve Metro's problem by completely redesigning Wilshire Gailey's project at its own expense. This motion is unnecessary, and I urge you to reject it.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Just no way. When you look at how lopsided the reporting is, there's just no way. And everything they seem to report against one side all becomes lies.
Good morning. If you could please remind
After
us
it
the
all
name
comes
you signed
out,
up
it's
under
lies,
and
but
the
it's already
items you'd
done
like
its
to speak
damage.
to.
My name is Sarge Desai, and I speak about the items on, to be honest, I didn't know which, on the hotel motel unit.
That's true, Stinge.
I'm sorry, I can't. Can you speak a little closer to the mic? Which items would you like to speak to?
The general comment on the hotel motel on Union.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general public comment.
Pico Union?
Thank you, council members. I am a proud second-generation motel operator. 40 years ago, my parents took the biggest risk and progress to build their first 40-unit motel. The same year, this great city hosted the 1984 Olympics. The LA 28 Olympics will
Wasn't
be
my
upon us
choice,
soon.
Michael, for the cut
What
rate.
is the city council doing instead of having better policies, agendas on infrastructure?
This is
and
America.
safer
I can
communities?
speak on it all I like.
Instead, we have
And
policies,
you have to hear it,
proposals, agendas
whether you like it or
that are
not. Or
business
you could
to-
leave.
The idea of small business being unionized would destabilize, destroy every small
Don't
business.
get mad at the truth.
These proposals coming out of LA City Council will ruin small businesses. Look at the unions. What are they doing right now to big hotels? They're on strike right now. We as a small business community do not need unions. We've been a pillar of resilience, good faith, family.
Speaker, your time has
and we're-
expired.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We don't
Next
care,
speaker, please.
Mr. Patel. Thank you, Mr.
Good
Patel, but
morning.
we
If you
don't
could
care.
please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
Yeah, my name is Shahil Prabhu. I signed up for general comment.
So you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Shahil Prabhu. I'm a local third-generation hotelier. I'm here standing to represent AHOA and the minority communities we represent.
Third gen.
As you can see us all in our traditional outfits, we come from diverse backgrounds and cultures, each with our own stories. But we all share something very important, a commitment to work hard, persevere, and make meaningful contributions to society and the community around us. Many of us, myself included, work in the hospitality industry. It is an industry that reflects the very heart of our values, service, warmth, and dedication. We take pride in providing the very best to our customers and in playing a crucial role in the growth of local
Well, that's something
economy
all
and
different, Moto, than
As you learned from our
the media
presentation,
running one side or the
growth
other.
and united strength
Now we're
with
apples to
contributions
oranges.
the GDP. However, it is important to recognize that our industry faces ongoing continuous challenges. As a small business owner, we're constantly navigating obstacles that make it harder for us to survive and thrive. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
Yeah, please put homeless in our hotels, fill them up to the brim, give us all that cash.
Good morning. If you could
Federal
please
funding
remind
to
us
the
of
max.
name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
Yep.
Keisha and Hira, and general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute.
What's up,
Go ahead.
Cubby?
So whether it's the pressure from taxation improvements or efforts to unionize, we face mounting difficulties that larger corporations are better equipped to handle. Our limited income and resources make it nearly impossible to sustain higher wage requirements such as the proposed $30 per hour rate. While we understand that the need for fair wages, such mandates put us in a very difficult position. The gap between what is expected and what we are realistically able to provide continues to grow. And this makes it harder for small businesses like ours to compete, survive, and continue serving our communities. But we are not here to oppose change. We are here to work hand in hand with all people to create a better living for everyone. What we seek is a dialogue, an opportunity to sit at the table and discuss solutions rather than being forced into situations that we simply cannot manage. We believe that through open communication and mutual understanding, we can find ways to support both businesses and workers alike.
Thank you very much. As our next
Thank you,
speaker is
Rob.
coming up, I'm going to call a few more names. Julian Alexander Macara, G.J. Zala, Felicitas Ortega, Elias Vasquez, Tim Watkins,
Tim, get out of here. You sound
Megan
too white.
Wong, Harriet Elliott,
Here, that's my girl.
Jay Richardson, and Cindy Sterrett, please.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
My name is Manoj Patel on the general comments.
Okay, so you have 1 minute.
I'm so glad that the council mentioned that today is the birthday for Los Angeles. So happy birthday, Los Angeles. But I also realize that saying happy birthday, Los Angeles is to say happy birthday to all of us because we make Los Angeles. So happy birthday to all of us. Thank you. We've been here for the past 2 decades, coming to these chambers addressing legislative issues that negatively impact the small-owned business that we represent. And for the past 2 years, we've visited these chambers to share our concerns as your constituents, as we are residents of Los Angeles. We want to make sure that you understand that we're vested in our life savings, we're vested in our businesses, and in this community. We've taken risks that most people would not or are not able to take. We take the time to come here so we can share our concerns, but not just share our concerns, open hopefully your minds and make you understand the limited service hotel. We have, I hope you understand the limited service market.
Thank you very much.
The buzzer got him.
Next speaker, please.
Fuck. Oh, man, all the regulars are still sitting down. Of course, they're making them go last, of course.
Good morning, honorable team.
Honorable?
On point 1724 and general comment, please. My name is Julian Alexander McCarr.
I don't know what you're saying. Honorable.
Good morning.
You're trying to say honorable. Shut up!
On 7/15, I submitted my first public comment to the clerk's office. I did not receive a response. Sir, please. 8/12 sent the CPA and Workforce Incubator proposal to each of you and the mayor's clerk's office. No response from this elected committee. Sir, you're an elected official speaking during public comment with Ms. Hernandez.
Speak to the agenda.
My professional and extracurricular career has only ever been as a public servant. Same division of work as each and every one of you. I have responded to 911 calls in the high school, nominated for the Medal of Valor by Station 12, firefighter Navarro.
Sir, this doesn't seem to relate to any of our agenda items.
It would be relative if you saw the emails that I've sent, sir. Working at the CPA office at the Northeast Police Station during the unfortunate and ill-timed death of my mentor, Officer Aragon. Aspiring to serve our community, my college experience was at Valley Forge Military. Look up their plebe system. My knees pose a physical limitation to me contracting to the Marine Corps. Served in the front line since day one of the COVID epidemic.
Yeah,
I fulfilled every requisite that your offices and city agencies have demanded of me. Never in my professional or extracurricular career have I been able to form the responses to my clientele as you have me.
I'm sorry, but this is not related to our agenda, so I'm going to put you to general public comment.
Then put me to comment, sir. General. Yes. Firefighters who do not answer a call, people die. Social workers who do not answer a call, people are abused. I have experienced as a community agent the horrors a person or a family can face. Rape, murder, abuse, having to provide them comfort, qualitative over quantitative team. I have stood before you here and petitioned for your support. Each one of you have neglected my communal cause. Each one of you, staff members, now know who I am. Each one of you has hid behind them, and I'm speaking to you, Mr. President.
Ooh.
I ask you, has anything been asked of me to build myself as a person? Rather, have I not asked for the privilege of responsibility? I know not my purpose as a constituent, nor your purpose as an elected official if we cannot have this discourse. Neighborhood councils to the mayor of our great city now know my name. It's your decision on how it's recited when in its interaction with yours. For I've done all that I can within the platforms you accept.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Felicitas Ortega. Vengo a hablar aquí sobre comentario público. Ocupo traducción.
Oh, we need an interpreter.
Hi, my name is Felicitas, and I am here to give a comment. If I could have translation, please.
She's locked up. She's buffering, waiting for the translator.
Por favor.
Aquí estoy en esta mañana para pedirles para que pongan esta orgía para el artículo 19
0229 S2 en su agenda para la próxima reunión.
Espere, por favor.
Momentito.
I'm here this morning to ask if you could put file 19-0229S2.
We're off a
in the
minute or
next
so.
agenda.
I just paused it once for 10, 20 seconds, Alexander. We're pretty
¿Me
much
puede
live.
seguir?
Por mucho tiempo en mi trabajo nos están haciendo cargar cajas muy pesadas del congelador hacia la cocina.
For a long time, I've had to carry very heavy boxes from the freezer to the kitchen at my job.
Nunca nos han dado un entrenamiento para poder cargar esas cajas sin lastimarnos la espalda.
And we've never been given any type of training on how to be able to lift these boxes without hurting our backs.
Ahora que sé un poquito más de mis derechos, sé que debo de recibir un entrenamiento, pero aún hay compañeros que todavía no saben sus derechos.
And at this point, I know a little bit more about my rights and that I must get some sort of training on how to be able to carry these boxes. But I have colleagues that don't know this.
Hace unos días una compañera sacando las bolsas de basura para tirarlas, se le enterró una jeringa y saben que eso es muy peligroso para su salud. Así que por eso les pido que pongan en su agenda la moción para los trabajadores de comida rápida.
The cat's name
Muchas
is
gracias.
cat's name is
A
Chase,
few
like
days ago, we were taking
police
out some
chase.
trash, and in the trash bags, there was a syringe that fell out, and we all know how dangerous that could be to come in contact with those items. So I'm asking you to please put this item on your agenda. Thank you.
You might
Thank
hear,
you very much.
You might hear
Next
him
speaker,
be called Stinky, which is his nickname. Everybody got a nickname usually in life.
Buenos días.
His name
Mi
is
nombre
Stinks,
es Elías
Stinky,
Vázquez.
Stinky P. It's his
Pues
rapper
este es
name.
un comentario general.
Good morning, my name is
Yo
Elías Vázquez.
también vengo
Señor,
también acá.
Señor Vázquez, por favor, dé una pausa para que le pueda interpretar y luego puede continuar, ¿ok? ¿Está bien? Good morning, my name is Elias Vázquez. I'm here to give general comment.
Right, Sir West?
Vengo a comentar, vengo por aquí para que todos acá las autoridades que pongan
Not really,
el
Keith.
artículo de del 0229 S2 para que nosotros los que trabajamos en la comida rápida
So I'm here to give a comment about putting in Article 0229
My girlfriend's next up.
so that we're able to comment as workers from fast food.
Estoy aquí para que como yo trabajo en Subway, nosotros tenemos muchos años trabajando, también desconocemos nuestros derechos en los trabajos. En las pandemias que nosotros trabajamos, los compañeros trabajaron 8 horas y les pagaron 4 horas nada más.
So I'm here to give my comment because I've been working at Subway for many years now, and many of us are unaware of the rights that we have. And for example, during the pandemic, we were supposed to work 8 hours, but only got paid for 4.
Es por eso que estoy aquí, para que ya que conocí acá, pues los derechos, ahorita ya sé más o menos los derechos, por eso de que vengo para que las autoridades hagan algo
Ripping
para
people
que
off.
las demás personas que conozcan sus derechos acá para los trabajos.
And that's why I'm here. I do know now a little bit more about my rights, but I'm here to essentially ask the authorities here to be able to inform people a little bit more of the rights that they have.
Muchas gracias
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next speaker, please.
This is my girlfriend right here. See how crazy she gets
General
today.
public comment
Go right ahead.
and discrimination against 3-inch shrimp and violence. I want to remind people that in the 80s, our government supported Cristiani and the others in El Salvador, and I am the victim of one of their Army people. He lives near me. His name is Rivera, and I'm afraid of him. And he actually killed the left while he was in El Salvador, and he's 17 years in the El Salvadoran Army, and I have to live near him. My life is in danger. I need help with the CSUN. That's where I graduated in '93. I need help with them saying they can't do anything to find all these people, the 20 people. I had a lot of people there that I need to know if they're dead.
CSUN's finest, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's crazy. But that's why I like her.
Good morning. Here on item 22, Cindy Starrett from Latham and Watkins.
The class of 63.
You have a minute for item 22.
About 93.
Good morning, council members. I'm here on behalf of Cam Heckmat and the Wilshire Gailey project in Westwood that I have personally worked on since 2010. We've been in plan check since 2018, and Metro has prohibited DBS from issuing our clearance for 4 years since 2022. Until today's motion, the city has supported this project before Metro and urged that a 250-unit housing project should be accommodated as Metro moves forward to build a station on the adjacent property. If the city rescinds that prior motion today, it will be the first time it does not stand up at all for the City of Los Angeles constituent and instead allows the mistakes made by Metro's contractors, and we all know people make mistakes in big projects, in ignoring this adjacent project to prevent this person from fulfilling his vision. Please don't adopt the motion, at least have a hearing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next speaker.
All right, guys, hold on. I gotta get this lens back in here. Oh, there's my other girlfriend. Hold
Jay
on.
Richardson, general public comments.
My other lady.
This is in regard to the 10 Commandments of the Bible.
Okay.
The police department, the police, the court system, the courts, churches, businesses, and families use the 10 Commandments to reduce crime.
That's right.
Our Maker wants people of all races to live in peace and without crime. The 10 Commandments is one of the best aids to reduce the crime.
I agree. I agree.
That's all.
She walked back just
Next
to
speaker,
say that.
please.
That is all.
Hello, my name is Timothy Watkins. I'm the president and CEO of the Watts Labor Community Action Committee. I'm also the founder of the Better Watts Initiative, an organization dedicated to revealing the environmental injustices in Watts. More than a year ago, we were fortunate enough to finally have a council representative that wanted to join us in our quest to reveal the sources and the dangers of all of the heavy metal contamination that exists in Watts. I'm grateful to Tim McCosker for jumping on this with such dynamism, and the mayor as well has been working hard to get this under some kind of solution. But as a 71-year-old member of Watts, born and raised there, I got to tell you, we've been contaminated for decades and decades, and getting to it now, we're welcoming that, we're grateful for it, but we also lost a lot of ground, a lot of time that we could have been developing our community. Thank you for hearing me.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you guys for all your dynamism
next
today.
Speaker.
Hi, my name is Megan Wong. I'm speaking on item 29. I have a degree in environmental studies, and I am a member of the Better Watts Initiative, which is an environmental justice organization based in Watts. And I've also been working at the Watts Labor Community Action Committee for about 4 years now. So I spend Monday through Friday in Watts, and about 4 years ago, I was invited to research the effects that lead have on the body. Lead is an intergenerational issue. It is a neurotoxin that affects behavioral issues, IQ scores, and overall general development of youth. I'm so grateful that we are finally seeing some momentum behind the environmental movement that's happening in Watts, and I just ask that we can please continue this momentum, because I'm tired of this threshold being an acceptable thing. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right.
The expert, everybody.
Names. Stacy Cigar Bollinger.
Oh, here we go.
Estella.
Song
Dan,
title and
Randy.
Artist.
And Lisa Hugh.
Here she goes.
Good morning. Which
Song title and artist.
All items, please, and general public
We're going to need
comment.
both.
You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Please begin with the items.
Okay. Items 21, 23, and 30 all have to do with renaming streets. Almost 90K will be donated today, so the Women's March Foundation can throw a big party. Don't you think there's better things to do with the resources given to you? We've declared emergencies because residents can't afford housing. These are your priorities, symbolic ceremonies. All this money you're wasting should be creating housing. Fuck these names, fuck these names. This is a distraction. We need real action, not these silly games. Fuck these names, fuck these names. These deals seem kinda shady. Who are you helping lately? You should be ashamed. Fuck these names, fuck these names. Changing signs costs money. It's not even funny. Don't you think it's strange? Fuck these names, fuck these names. This is so misguided. This body is united against meaningful change. Why are we wasting so much time changing names around on corridors and streets when there's literally 6 people dying every night because they're unhoused? This makes no goddamn sense. Cost resources, cost your time, cost our time. It's a waste of time. Let me talk about REAP, R-E-A-P, the escrow account program, since that's also on the agenda. I always make the analogy, if you come to me while I'm the cashier at a burger restaurant and you order fries, a burger, and a milkshake, and you pay me for fries, burger, and a milkshake, and then when your order's up, I bring you French fries and a water, do you think I should keep all the money you gave me for those other items just so long as I pinky promise that I'll get those to you whenever I can, later in my shift or in a week or in a month? That sounds ridiculous, does it? What? Yeah, because that's how we treat landlords. So when they don't fulfill their obligations, they get to keep their money. They're never at a loss, just so long as they get around to it eventually. And some people, like Damon on Smoke and Scan, would say, but yeah, you still got to live in that unit, so you should still pay the full thing. Well, to that I would retort, in my analogy, you still got to sit in my restaurant and eat some fries and drink some water. So you think it's fair that you should also have to have paid for that milkshake and that burger, just so long as I pinky promise I'll get it to you eventually? That's not how the world works for us regular working folk. But if you own things, if you're a landlord or an Asian American hotel owner, you get lots of help from city council and you get a lot of leeway when you don't fulfill your obligations. And I would just love if, as a tenant and a minimum wage food service worker, I was offered the same kind of grace and consideration and help from this body.
I have a retort.
I'm gonna go to general public comment now.
Okay, you have 1 minute.
Council, we are facing a problem. Every 30 hours there's someone killed in a collision. Even more are injured. Newsom may soon sign legislation to create a loud iteration from the horn of a car to alert the driver to slow down.
That was close.
But that won't prevent traffic deaths. Buses, more frequent bus routes, bike lanes for cyclists to go down, pedestrian pathways designed for walking. Get people out of their cars, now we're talking. Making cars make noise won't save our kids. That won't save our kids. Shout out Smoke and Scan and my husband Christopher.
There's two. Okay, really quickly, I hate to pause it because I don't want to miss the next one. Just for a quick second. My retort to her is this. I don't enter into a contract when I go and have a burger and fries. I do when it comes to housing. So I'm under a contract to pay the specific amount. Just like I am there to give you water and possibly gas that I have to pay for and the roof over your head. I understand you want things fixed, but that's not the real world sometimes, you know? And they do get abated. People get abated. Do they get their money back? Absolutely. Later on.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
Brush fire breaks out along 5 freeway.
Hello. My name's Estella from Gadfly Herald. I'd like to speak on all available items.
Brush fire off 14.
Okay,
Santa
so you have
Clarita.
3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items.
This morning, when I went to the council chambers, there's usually the agenda listed. I wanted to note that the agenda was not listed today. I also want to note that
the
quorum
analogy
was
is
broken
flawed, in my
by
opinion.
Tim McOsker walking
So
outside.
you're welcome to speak to this during general, but I'm going to
Yes,
ask that
I
you stick
am.
to the
Please
items.
don't interrupt me. I'm speaking to the nature of the agenda today. Thank you. All available items. I would like to reclaim my time. Now,
Good luck.
quorum for this agenda today was broken. Therefore, the agenda was turned off, right? The meeting's supposed to be over.
Okay, so this is your last warning. Please, you can speak to this during general, but for the first 3 minutes, please speak to the items that are open for
So
public
I'm
comment.
speaking on all available items, on the nature of the items. I'd like to reclaim my time, please.
So this is your last opportunity. Please stick to the items or I'm going to move you to general.
We got to stand
I'm
up.
speaking on all available items on the nature of the agenda. Thank you. So I'll go to my general public comment, please.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you. We, the people, demand redress to the grievances caused by the unconstitutional vaccine ordinances. The ordinances that turned me away from LA City Hall when I came in person to speak in public comment.
She's right.
I was turned away saying I had to show proof of vaccination or an official COVID-19 test. You know how much that test was charged? About $200. Who should I bill that to? We, the people, demand redress to these unconstitutional vaccine ordinances. A sunset is not enough. We need you to stand up and say this will never happen again to workers and workers' rights. God bless you. Thank you for my time, and please don't break quorum again. Thank you.
Tell them, girl.
Next speaker.
Tell them, girl. Their bullshit mandates still going on. They've broken quorum.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Yes, I am Daniel Gus.substack.com. All items and
Daniel.
general public comment, please.
So you have 3 minutes
to
for
see
the
him
items
walking
and 1 minute
now.
for general. Please begin with the items.
Yes. Item number 20, Imelda Padilla, excellent idea, excellent idea. If you have this hazard of rotting, decrepit motorhomes, you spend the money to make sure that they are dismantled. Excellent idea, Imelda Padilla. In fact, in my neighborhood, in Sherman Oaks, behind Gelson's, a motorhome exploded last year. Near $1 million homes. It's not just in the poor major thoroughfares. It's in very affluent communities, right off the boulevard. It's an excellent idea. If you have a hazard, spend the money so that you don't have multi-million-dollar homes being blown up, people being killed because you allow them. Excellent idea, Imelda Padilla. Everybody should be doing that. Item number 24, Mr. Krikorian, excellent idea. Keep the pools open during the hot weather. I would propose special hours, however, in your district for 2 special groups. As you know, last year, I exposed that migrants illegally in the United States from Venezuela, China, and Cuba on danielgus.substack.com were being housed in recreation centers in North Hollywood and in all of your districts So I would propose that there are special hours for those people who you're putting in and telling city employees that to tell others that they're homeless when in fact they're illegal migrants. They deserve special cooling hours at this center. I love the idea, Mr. Krikorian, but please give them special hours since the city's not being honest of who's there. Also on Lancashire, I think the animals who are being fried by a homeless woman in crates and cages should be allowed to go in the pool area because Animal Services, which doesn't have a general manager.
So you've exhausted your time on item 24?
Yeah, okay. Item number 29, Mr. McCosker, I don't know if you're aware, but I think you should expand the types of contamination you're looking for, Mr. McCosker, because Animal Services recently had an outbreak of parvo in various locations of the city, and they didn't tell any of you. They didn't tell the county. So you should expand your search for the contamination, not just for what item number 29 is, but you should expand it for a major outbreak of parvo. And I guess the question is, why didn't you tell your constituents about this contamination, which, by the way, is highly, highly contagious and deadly and can be tracked on your sneakers into your car, into your home, and kill your dogs. Now, general public comment.
So you have 1 minute?
Mr. Krikorian, I thank you once again for admitting yesterday that Rec and Parks is not only underfunded, but that their maintenance was done, quote unquote, with duct tape and baling wire, which, as you know, caused a multi-hour surgery in which I lost a joint in my foot, which Ms. Hernandez saw being screwed into my foot with a drill several months ago. Along with a surgical saw. So thank you for taking negligence at Rec and Parks and admitting once again gross negligence. My retirement fund will thank you on that. By the way, you know, you're going to spend $25 million at minimum on 3 dog bites. Imagine how much free spay-neuter and basic veterinary services you can provide. You will be able to cut the budget someday at Animal Services, but your new commissioner thinks more services, more shelters are needed? I guess he never heard of Prop F.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Shout out to Daniel Gus. .substack.com journalist, online journalist of the year. He just won that award. Oh, come on, switch the camera.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Yes. If our interpreter allows me, I would like to speak on 23, 24, 25, general public comment, continue.
So you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Please begin with the items.
Por favor, sea una mujer honesta. Interpretame correctamente. Te amo, señora intérprete. So start with item number 23. It's about the Women's March and the woman's life. I'm here to support item 23. It's because I experienced the discrimination as a man and as a woman. When I was a man, people were attacking me and laughing at me as my 3-inch shrimp. And then when I was a woman, people continue to take pictures of me like a Bloomingfield in the hallway.
Speaker, which agenda item is this?
I am here to continue. Number 23, women's health, women's freedom. 23 is women's freedom. So I am here is because I have experienced the struggle of the woman. And then I'm continuing
I'm sorry, that's not what the agenda item is. So move on to something that's actually on our agenda.
To march with all Los Angeles women.
Can't fix it.
And then for the item number 24. 你从国外回来，咱都没怎么聊过，一直都在忙着。其实有好多话想说，还没来得及，一转眼就要回去了。你这一走又是几年，还真有点舍不得。都是大老爷们儿，说到有点女人了，又要离开你，还惦记咱们这哥几个。有些话太啰嗦，他有点说不出口，所以把它写成一首祝福的歌。在那边注意身体，有事没事常联系，别老玩神秘。小学回来我跟你急，别老人家想吃什么就吃什么。需要是回来再受了哥姐妹拽死你，爹爹的是肉的呢，收着你那臭脾气。那边不像咱们这边出事没人真帮你，要是烦了累了，给哥们儿追一电话，这电话没有关系，没有别再付。 过去，兄弟，你的兄弟就在这里，不管什么时候回来，哥儿几个等你，兄弟，你的家就在这里，不管你人到了哪儿，哥儿几个挺你，兄弟，你的心就在这里，不管别人怎么说，哥儿几个懂你，兄弟，你得赶紧回到这里啊，不管什么怎么样，哥们儿几个陪着你，兄弟，你得赶紧回到这里，不管怎么什么样，哥儿几个陪着你。
That shit was fire.
So next,
Shit slaps.
let's move on to item number
Banger.
2025. 我站在烈烈风中，恨不能荡尽绵绵心痛，望苍天四方运动。
I think that's Mandarin. It's Chinese. I think, Ray. Rare. Sounds like Mandarin. Couldn't see it being Cantonese. I don't know. It's not Korean. I don't think so.
恩爱匆匆葬送。
General public comment.
心中你最终悲欢共，生死痛。你用柔情刻骨换我豪情天纵。我心中你最终，我的泪向天冲。来世也当称雄，归去斜阳正浓。我站在烈烈风中，恨不能荡尽绵绵心痛。望苍天四方运动，剑在手。问天下谁是英雄？我心中你最终，悲欢共，生死痛。你用柔情刻骨换我豪情天纵。我心中
Speaker, your time is expired.
I'm top player hater from Korea. You bitches better recognize.
Fuck you. Oh, shit.
Good morning.
Your discretion is advised.
And 1 minute for general public comment.
Thank you, you DEI ambulance chaser. So number 20. Only what? 15,000 goddamn fucking dollars? You can't even dismantle 2 RVs for that. Ask Unisys. She's been trying to do it for years now. So, I say fuck item 20. After all, why should you live in your RV? We'll ask Tracy Park. Why should you not live in your RV? Because everybody enjoys paying property taxes. Everybody enjoys paying a 49% increase in their sewer fees. Everybody enjoys getting older and having your fucking income not be able to afford your own fucking home. Why would anybody live in a fucking trailer for free on beachfront property? Tracy Park lets you do it. She lets you rent free. She's no good. And then we get the Paul Kerkorian pool motion, yes. How inviting. Imagine the Kerkorian family of goats taking themselves over to the swimming pool just where a bunch of homeless went in there and urinated and crapped inside that swimming pool. Yes, all of that chlorine burning your eyes. You know why, Paul, the chlorine burns your eyes? That's because it's interacting with chemicals in the water. So when you have a clean pool and you put chlorine in, you don't get red eye. You only get red eye when there's urine, drug needles, blood, and filthy trash, and barf inside the water as you're swimming it and getting it into your ears and your mouth. Yum, 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 yum. I want to get me some tasty homeless crap in my throat. Yummy, 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 yummy. And then we have the rail replacement, Monique Rodriguez. Doing a good thing for her constituents. And no ugly flower. Keep up the good work. And then we have no good Tracy Park with her no good fire station motion. The Friends of the Historic Fire Station? There are no Friends of the Historic Fire Station. It's just a bunch of non-profit money laundering. Real friends don't ask the city for money. Real friends bring themselves buckets and liquor boxes filled with cash, like Jose Weezer used to. That way you could bypass the council and get faster funding. And this episode of Suggestion was brought to you by the United States Attorney's Office. If you suspect crime, contact Mr. Estrada. And now for the general. I have a picture of Pat Tim Buckethead Dumbshit McOscar outside on Spring Street at the same time his name was here on the podium on the quorum. And the reason that Pumpkinhead, our city attorney, willfully conspired to keep his name on the board, you know why? Let's ask Kevin why.
Oh, well, that's because if they did it, well, we would have broken quorum, and we would have had to adjourn the meeting and not vote on any of our corruption.
Thank you, Mr. De Leon. That's correct. It's absolutely correct. Let's give him a hand. Very good. And you see, how many times has that happened now? And how many times has Mr. Weezer witnessed the same crime? Remember there, Pumpkinhead, conspiracy to commit a misdemeanor is a felony. And now you've done it multiple times. So get your cell ready. Even your big fat fucking head will fit in one in Lompoc. We have one ready for you. Get your stay
Your time's expired. That will close comment here in the council chambers. We'll go next to the phones. First caller.
Like a pussy.
Yeah.
First caller, which items would you like to speak on? Caller with the unknown number, please press *6 to unmute yourself.
Here we go. It's time for the phone
Caller,
call.
this is your last opportunity to speak. Please press
I
*6 to
already
unmute.
dunked one person.
Next caller.
That's it, Danielle. That's nothing.
Caller, which
this is a
item would you
tame
like
day.
to speak on?
You got to see when all the usual suspects are here. Way crazier.
Caller with the last 4 digits,
Way
9519, please press
Today was a
*6 to
3
unmute
out.
My name is Jason. I'm a smoker can viewer.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
What items are available there, Pumpkinhead?
So this is for everybody who's on the phones. The
Pumpkinhead.
items that are open for public comment are items number 1 and items 13 through 30.
How many times has he
Let me get all available items in general public comment, if you would, please, brother.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Good deal. Thank you there, brother. And shout out to the Spokane community again there, as usual. So the other day I was down on Figueroa with this chick.
Yeah,
and,
so
I
what you were
paid her-
doing on Figueroa Street is not on
Yes,
our
sir.
agenda, so this is your only warning. Speak to the agenda.
Well, if you shut the hell up and let me talk long enough, that petty pink face, I'll get to the
All
agenda.
right, let's go to general public comment. 1 minute.
Well, damn, we in a damn hurry. You got somewhere you got to be today there, brother? Anyway, I was just saying, shout out to the Spokane community. The other day I was down on Figueroa with this chick, and, I paid her $5 to let me, I do some things there, and, it was a good deal. Because usually the chick down there, they have shit going on with them there.
So,
but,
caller, you need to speak to something that's within the subject matter jurisdiction of this body or the city. So this is your only warning. Please stick to something that is within the subject matter jurisdiction of the city.
And this chick running off my $5 worth of hand job is not.
Okay,
within your
that's
jurisdiction?
enough. That's enough. Next caller.
Next caller, which
Shout out to
items would you like to
Jason.
speak on?
That was great, Jason.
To all items in general
Oh,
comment.
under over 10.
Good
Under
morning.
over
You have 3
10.
minutes for the items
Under over
and
10.
1 minute for general.
Hurry.
Please begin with the items.
All right. So we have a number of REAP items. That's where it doesn't actually punish the landlord. It's just, you tell the landlord to fix some stuff and the landlord gets all the money. Why don't you, if the landlord isn't doing his job, doing the landlord's job, fixing the stuff, why don't you use eminent domain and take the property from the landlord? Let's see, we have 19. That's ballot simplification. That's the ballot measure names for the November 5th ballot. Unfortunately, there's no ballot measure related to police disciplinary reform, since the council president decided he'd rather take a extended vacation in France instead of coming here to vote on that. So that one isn't on this list. Yeah. We have item 20, that is from Murray's Proxy and City Staffer B for vehicle recycling. And it's just funneling more money to the police. That's apparently all you two do, is just more money to the cops. So we don't want that. No on that.
What happened to your phone? Come on, bro.
Let's see, we have 21, renaming street. Just renaming it from Diane Watson Way to Diane Watson Porter. How much is it going to cost to rename all those signs that have probably already been put up? So,
seen his closet talking?
Yeah. Let's see. We have 24 from Krikorian. This is kind of like yesterday. You're going to keep the swimming pools open until September 29th. Yeah. The 29th.
There we go.
Even though it's going to be hot until like November. But of course, you don't want to pay to actually keep the swimming pools open longer than just the end of the month because you're too busy funneling it all to the LAPD. Let's see, we have... let's see. Anything else I want to speak on? We have something related to Watts. Like you actually care about the people who live in Watts. Renaming a street on 30. Let's go to general comment.
Oh, he's going to have to go heavy here, guys.
You know, it's absolutely ridiculous that Paul, that you keep just letting Kevin just do whatever he wants on the council. You know, Kevin needs to resign. He should have resigned a long time ago.
It's true.
But the only reason he hasn't resigned is because you keep enabling him. You keep allowing him onto the council.
It's true.
And, you know, that's... Of course he's not resigned because you're enabling him.
It's true.
Stop enabling him. You said you want him to resign. Start acting like it. It's coming back today. I don't know if he's still there today. Is it your honored
General
guest?
public comment?
Yeah, I'm on it. It's coming back today. It's your honored guest is former council member Joey 1% Buckets, Joe Buscaino, who got 0.69% of the votes in the primary for mayor. You know, Gina got more than 40,000, got almost 40,000 more votes than Joey Buckets did in the mayoral election. And Gina only joined a couple months before the election. Joey Buckets was supposedly one of the major candidates. He was in it for like 2 years, and then he got, you know, couldn't even get a 1% of the vote. Now 0.69% of the votes. But yeah, this is who the council loves. The racist cop who couldn't even get 1% of the vote in the mayoral election despite running for like 2 years. Joey 1% Buckets. Yeah. Kevin De Leon needs to resign. Paul, why don't you just step down now?
Under wins back-to-back days.
Next caller, which
7.
items would you like to speak on?
Joey Buscaino.
Caller with the last 4 digits, 1881. Please press *6 to unmute yourself.
All the ones who got in trouble before this
caller with the last 4 digits.
Candido.
Yes, are you there?
The great panderer.
All items are public comment, sir.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items.
Thank you, sir. Item 20, Ms. Padilla, good job. I think this is something that needs to be done in all the districts. I would just ask that, you know, whether it's a motorhome or, you know, an actual piece of property, it's somebody's home, and that we treat them with dignity, and we make sure that if they can move the vehicle or whatever it is that they need to do to keep their home, that we do everything possible. And also, ma'am, I would like to see you work with Mr. Rick Serrano. Abraham Lincoln once said, when I crush my enemy, I make him my friend. I think you and Mr. Serrano could work well together. Item 24, Mr. Krikorian, bravo. Let's keep those pools open. A lot of these kids have nowhere to go during that period of time. And again, I think this is a great thing, especially with Rec and Park. I would just say to Rec and Park, I don't know what's going on over at the Burnson Park. The great beloved Hal Burnson's name is on there, and it looks like it's been abandoned. It really looks bad. I hope that you folks can get back on that park. It's just a shame. It's a shame. Item 29 is the Watts issue. And Mr. McCosker, I like what the gentleman said, that you've reached out, that you're the first to reach out and make contact with them and be part of their efforts to make Watts a better place. Watts has always been ignored, and I'm glad to see that you're doing everything to help them there. May I move to public comment, please?
Yes, go ahead. You have 1 minute.
Thank you, sir. And this has to do about cleaning up the city of LA. How is it that a person like Jason from Smoking Scum wakes up every morning and tries to insult this great city? Then he wakes up and he assaults women that he taught, and he wakes up just to bring shame to this city. And what's really bad is the supporters, like the one young lady, Aisha Meyer, who gives a big shout out to him, and yet she's taking care of our children, walking them across a dangerous street,
Stacy.
and then comes into city council and uses the F word more than Marines. Well, I'll tell you, go to Camp Pendleton, she can beat those guys. But it's shameful because she's such a productive person, and also her partner, they're great when they stick to subject matter. But how do you support? And I want to thank the council for putting Jason, who, by the way, yesterday they threatened me 4 times, and
Caller, your time has expired.
They threatened me for it.
Okay.
To stop lying. Smoking
Next
Scum.
caller,
I've
which
heard of
items
Smoking
would you like to speak
Scam,
on?
but Smoking Scum is new. I'll give him that. Y'all scum.
Caller with the unknown number, please press star 6 to unmute yourself.
Caller with the unknown number, this is your last opportunity to speak. Please press star 6 to unmute. Okay, we're going to have to move on to the next
The
call.
Great Pander is mad. Jason lives
Next caller,
rent
which
free
items would
in
you
that
like to
dude's
speak
head.
on?
Jason killed that dude.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Which items would you like to speak to?
Well, my name, first off, my name is Hurdy for the Gertie. I'm also a Smoking Scan viewer.
There's 7.
I want to talk on items 1 and then 13 through 30, and as well as general public comment.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Please begin with the items.
Well, again, okay, number 1, I heard it from earlier today that there was not really any much support for item 1. So when is the vote, I urge you to vote no on item number 1. And also ask you to vote no on item number 1, and then as well as 13 through 30 as well. I would also like you all to vote no for items 13 through 30. Now to general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general.
Hey, goodbye. Hey, goodbye. To the petty pink-faced Armenian dictator. And then, as well as Curran Price Jr., because they're both will be termed out this year. Well, the petty pig-faced Armenian dictator will be termed out this year for his job. And then Curran Price Jr. will be the cellmate for Mark Ridley Thomas, another former city council member who was charged by the federal government for corruption charges. And there are going to be some more corruption charges coming on to the LA City Council this year. So, hey, goodbye. Hey, goodbye. And then there's also, I'd like to say, there is no quorum today, and there's the missing member.
Caller, your time
Thanks
is
very much.
expired.
Your time's expired. We'll take one more caller.
Next caller, which items would you like to speak on?
Hello. Yeah, it's Eric Previn. I'd like to speak on the available items and the general public.
Good morning. Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Please begin with the
lawyer
items.
fight going.
Sure, I just want to stipulate there'll be no interruptions. That's the last warning. Okay, on item 21, you have to ask yourself, first of all, HUT was very participatory in Eunice Hernandez's committee meeting this morning, so she gets credit for that. But naming policy in place, changing the name from Diane Watson Way to Diane Watson Corridor is a lovely community benefit, I suppose. Let's make sure she gets handsomely remunerated for expanding the scope of that naming. Diane Watson deserves it, and HUT has been steadfastly and fastidiously cleaning up as she heads toward a swamping of her competition. On to item 23, you got an $18,950 in-kind donation
Shout out
that
to you,
Jared
Herdy.
Klofsky's whipped together from the Women's March Foundation. Well, here we go. Okay, I know they're going to build a stage and try to have an event. I don't really think that we should be taking money from a not-for-profit that you're canoodling with constantly. I mean, why can't, I don't know. I think that this is an example of, we fund not-for-profits. Get it? If they start funding us, it's just creepy. I'm just telling you. I'm not saying we shouldn't have community partners do things without remuneration, but item 24 is Kerkorian, who has done more to create dry patches of earth in what was CD2, now CD4, by greenlighting a historic number of high school regulation basketball courts for any 500 square meters. It's unbelievable what a lunatic by the bros at Harvard Westlake who put into place a Prop K project years ago, and everyone said, well, we don't need the high school regulation basketball court. That's absurd. That
So,
wasn't
Mr. Previn, item number 24 is about swimming pools. Please stick to the items.
Yeah, but there are no swimming pools. All right, let me get to it. So thanks for the swimming pools. My point is, this is all under the Recreation and Park umbrella, and there are extensions until September based on the item that Kerkorian has put down. But what he's done is dug holes in our ground to put up city buildings and then walked away and left it to be named after Nithya Raman, who I'm very sad was not active today during the hotel presentation. Because what another
sorry, this is not on our agenda, and it's unintelligible, so go ahead and move on to an agenda item or general public comment.
It's intelligible.
Yeah, sure, we'll do that. If it were not intelligible, you wouldn't be trying to interrupt me, sir, because you know it's completely intelligible. I'm talking about
general public comment, 1 minute, please. 1 minute for general public comment.
Right, stop putting your finger on the button. I'm talking. Thank you. As I said, the Prop K project in Studio City, which was put into place probably when Adrien Nazarian was your sidekick, is an odious project that was porked together by you, Brad Sherman, and others, and left on Nithya Raman's nose, and it's a disgusting project. Labor Day weekend, the picnic tables were scraped out, and Harvard Westlake has scraped out the golf course and all the critters along the river. So failure on multiple fronts. That said, downstairs in the Municipal Committee, TOT will be up, but the Department of Cultural Affairs is down, like that. So all I can tell you is masterfully done. And Carol Karosian can get the tag on the swimming pool. I'd love to take a dip in that pool when it arrives through the Suez Canal, he said to John Amato of Harvard Westlake, and he did. Guess what? Everybody in the pool.
Thank you.
They're careful what they do with Eric, because Eric will create a lawsuit like that. He's a lawyer. He's got nothing better to do, I guess.
Up for comment, and
Ain't
I
gonna cost him
apologize
nothing.
for whatever reason your name did not appear on my queue, so please come on up, sir.
Who did you miss? Of course, you're always missing somebody.
Thank you. William Flores,
Flowers.
public comment, general, and 3 items.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general.
I'm
Please
sorry,
begin with
which
the
items would you like to speak to on the agenda?
It was item 30, and I believe 8 through 10, so 4 items actually. But the 3 items are on the environmental.
8 through 10 are not open for public comment, but you can have 1 minute for item number 30 and 1 minute for general public comment. So go ahead.
Okay. I want to speak on the recommendation by the Better Watts Initiative report to immediately and urgently put forward a comprehensive plan to investigate the source of lead exposure and to repair all affected areas in Watts. So I would like that to be considered. On here, there's a note that it was waived. So I would like to oppose that. And I also want to thank you all for all your work. And I want to give a shout out to the chief of the fire department that recently exited, as well as a shout out to all the neighborhood councils for their volunteerism and leadership in the city to voice our concerns. General public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute.
Thank you.
No smoking
I
scum
want
shout out?
to bring up the issue of safety. I've been calling 77th Division office and they don't pick up. They were very disrespectful the last time that I went to help my mom report her swollen purse. And when I asked them who do they serve, I told them like that they serve the people, and they said no, they do not serve the people. 3 times they negated that they serve the people. So I want that to be on the record that that needs to change. They need to know who they serve the people, and then also their vision and mission needs to be redone because it is very weak right now, and that's probably why they're not doing their job. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. That will close public comment on all agenda items and close general public comment. Mr. Clerk, what is available now for us to vote on?
I guess that's it for public comment.
Mr. President, Council may now vote on items 1.
Smoking
13
scum,
through 19,
baby.
21
Candido's
through
magazine
28.
ain't a part of the fam.
Okay. I'd like
The great panderer is angry.
Withdraw item 22 from that list for separate discussion. So let's go ahead and vote on the remaining matters first, and then we'll come back for item 22.
And to clarify, the items would be item 1, 13 through 19, 21, 20.
Jason's got a bestseller.
28.
Exactly. So those
It's called
items
his-
are now before
his
us.
life on
I see no
fig.
members
My
wishing
life
to be
on
heard.
fig.
Let's open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the votes.
10 ayes.
What you do on Figueroa,
On
sir?
item 22,
Figueroa
Councilmember, was your request
is
to
not a
continue
part
the
of the
item, or
city's
did you want to make
agenda.
comments on it?
Both.
Okay, then hold that for the moment, because I'm going to go first to item number 29, and then we'll come back to that. So item 29 was called special by Councilmember McCosker. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I appreciate
I think
the
it's time to pull the
accommodation.
ripcord.
We do have guests here today with us. We have Tim Watkins, President
from
and CEO
Smoking
of
Scum?
WLCAC, and the founder of the Better Watts Initiative, and Megan Wong, who has worked with him side by side since its introduction, since its inception. Colleagues, last week, as you know, I introduced a motion. Thank you to Councilmember Hutt for seconding that motion to urgently address the alarming levels of lead contamination in the drinking water in homes in Watts. And I want to thank Councilmember Yaroslavsky for waving it out so that we could get it here as rapidly as it has come before us all. The motion is based on findings from a study commissioned by the Better Watts Initiative, and it calls for immediate action to
Nothing
protect
but
the health and
ladies. Let's
safety of
get it.
Watts residents. You know, it's back all the way back to 2016 that Mr. Watkins,
All vagina
on behalf
day.
of the WLCAC, launched the Better Watts
You have a
Initiative.
penis, you can't come in unless you're
Collaborative
playing in
for
the
environmental
band.
justice in Watts. Over the course of many months, volunteers towards that initiative gathered more than 500
No
water
penis
samples.
allowed. It's a giant
Probably
sign
because that's how many
outside.
they could do, and there's a lot more folks to test, right? Throughout the neighborhood, the volunteers included residents themselves, as well as students from UCLA and USC. You know, Watts is a beautiful, fantastic neighborhood.
Sometimes
but
not, though,
sadly, it's
smoking.
also one of California's
Jason's
most
a
polluted
freedom
neighborhoods,
fighter.
according to
You know, he's
the
created
Cal
a
Enviro
ceasefire on
Screen.
Figueroa. And
The study done by the Better Watts Initiative highlighted
Right, I don't care
significant
about the
levels-
Better Watts Initiative. I gotta be honest with you. I gotta be honest.
of lead in the
I
tap
don't
water of
care
several homes.
about the Watch Initiative. It doesn't matter to me. Will we be live tonight? No. Unless there's a chase. I'm sure there will be, because I just said that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be hot today, man. It's already hot. Like I said, it's already 94 now. I don't know. Well, let's see. It's almost noon now. Let's see. Double check, refresh. Yeah, it's 99 now. It's 99 at 11:54. Shit, yeah, it's gonna be a hot one today. live, or are they all just bullshit? They all say they're live. Ain't none of them live. Yeah, it's gonna be up there today. 104, I think, here. It's gonna be a hot one. What he smoking? I'm smoking some of that Watts weed. Some of that space weed. What's up, Mike? How are you? Good morning. Happy Wednesday or Hump Day. Hi, my name is Alexander, and I'm a Smoking Scum viewer. So I bet you he called back in to try to do that little voice he does. Like nobody doesn't know it's him. Like, come on, man. We all know it's you. Stop it, man. Stop the baloney. Stop the baloney. You know there's a stuff of baloney, you know. Doesn't stand, rather, for baloney. Okay, yeah. Why am I not showing what's going on in Georgia? Because, again, there's nothing to show you. Go look at all the people who are showing it to you. What are they showing you? Endless loops of reporters outside and nothing, no action, zero, just whatever facts they want to throw at you. In fact, the report came out an hour ago, said 20 were injured. Look now, it says 12. Okay? That's why. So you go ahead and check it out. Believe all of what you want to believe. I'll believe what I would like to believe. And that's it. I know the media lies to me, and I understand it. I get it. Some people don't. Some people just pick and choose. Well, I'll believe on Tuesday whatever they tell me, but on Wednesday they're lying. So it's a flawed thought to me. I mean, they clearly were caught lying many a time in the last 4 years, many times on huge things that affected your life. So for me to just go ahead and believe what they're telling me today, yeah, I'm good on all that. So I won't be the one to prop up that bullshit. That's just me. That's just me. I love it. Homeboy's replaying it right now, doing what we do for the Dalton meeting yesterday. Yeah, shout out to Critical Smoker, man, for coming in and hanging out with us and filming all that. They do lie, Luis, or Luis, right? I mean, you know it. They've been caught, whether you like it or not, whether you admit it to yourself or not. So it's weird to me. Like, in real life, when I meet somebody, male or female, and I find out for whatever reason something went on and they lied to me about it, I'll never believe anything else you have to say. I'm not saying I won't converse with you or whatever, but any and everything you say from there on out, I'm questioning. Maybe not to you, I'll just be questioning it in my mind. And I'm not talking about the media, I'm talking about just people I meet in general in life. That's at least the way I look at it. So, you know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, right? Isn't that how it goes? Look at that. Look at that. Fort Lauderdale live. Let me turn that down. That water's loud as fuck. Fucking A. Some crazy ASMR right there. And that's just the way I look at it. You look at it any way you want. You do you. I'm not telling you to feel the way I do. I'm telling you that's just how I feel. Anything on amateur radio? No, well, problem is those dudes, one of those idiots, you know, who gets high and drunk all the time, got on there and literally threatened the President of the United States. So most of the people on that frequency don't like him. So I'm assuming that some of them, if not all of them, went and got the recording and sent it to the government saying, hey, he's threatening the president. It's live right there. You can listen to it. Just happened. So after that happened, the owner kind of shut the frequency down for a week or so and kept it kind of quiet, and then slowly kind of come back, and now it's on Broadcastify, but you can't hear it. So I don't know if Broadcastify said, hey, we're not going to carry that feed anymore, so now I have to like legitimately listen to it on the scanner. It's the only way I can hear it now. At least that. I can listen to 435. I can listen to 435, but not 450. So yeah, a lot things have changed. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, because of that happened, it's changed ever since then. Almost 140,000 people have signed a petition to change the Washington Mariners back to the Redskins. Yeah, that during that lawsuit, Brian. So I was talking about, like the actual tribe. They came and started the lawsuit or the petition. So I think it's great. I wish it would go. I'm not even a Redskins fan. Trust me, you go into my room where the cards are at, and you have the little pile of cards, it doesn't say Commanders, it says Redskins. Just like it says Indians and it doesn't say Guardians. So, just saying. And it should be that way. That was just a cancel culture movement, and like I told you yesterday or whatever it was, I think they went after certain owners they didn't like. Daniel Snyder wasn't the most likable guy. Okay, either was Donald Sterling. He was doing a lot of bad things. They forced him to sell the Clippers. It made him money in the long run, but you see what I mean. They forced his hand into selling it. So I think it was the same thing with the renaming of these folks. I don't know who owns the Guardians or the Indians. I don't know, but they may not. They might be on the shit list too. Well, I'm sure you don't like it, right, Iron? Come on, man. Commanders just sounds funny. It sounds like the Guardians. It sounds like some fucking AFL football team, some indoor football. You know what I mean? At least to me, it does. Harry Reid was behind it. What I'm telling you, Ben, is not all of those are real. Some of them are real, some are not. In fact, there's so many, thousands that have happened, right? Wouldn't you think that there'd be a school shooting trial for these shooters? Most of them were alive. Most of them didn't kill themselves. Okay? And I'm telling you, Ben, legitimately, you probably haven't been here very long, but I'm telling you, we were doing what we normally do on a Friday night, just hanging out, or whatever night it was. And I think it was a Friday night, and all of a sudden, the Vegas shooting started. So I went, found feeds in Las Vegas showing it, local Las Vegas news, okay? And then we were also hearing it, because then you could actually get you can get a like a Broadcastify feed or whatever from Metro Police Department in Las Vegas. I'm sure you remember that shooting. I still believe it's the largest mass shooting in our country's history. Okay? Now, I'm telling you, we listened for over 2 hours and we heard so many different things, like separate shooters and things like that, cops hiding behind trash cans that weren't anywhere near that shooting. They were down on the strip. You heard a lot of different things that you weren't told on the news that night. And I was forced to take it down because it was harmful content, and I was spreading, not hate, but what was it? I forget the way they worded it, but, and then what I did is, in defiance, about a month or so later after that, people were saying, well, I didn't get to see it, I want to see it, I don't see what you're saying, so I put it up. And then I got a whole bunch of shit from the people talking about, man, I didn't read the title, but I jumped in and I thought there was a whole nother one going on. So I was like promoting shootings and making people relive bad memories and things like that. Misinformation. Yeah, just they were angry. The actual people that come here and watch. So I just took it down. I'm like, whatever. Wasn't my intention. People were asking me. So I put it back up so people could see it. And YouTube at first made me take it down. So I'm telling you, I don't believe it. And if you tell me I should believe companies that lied to you every day pretty much about the hugest things in the last 4 years, and I'm supposed to believe them, Ben, for what they're going to tell me, I'm going to tell you, I think you're a little skewed, my friend. Not to be cruel or inhumane, but I'm just being real. I understand they're liars. Okay? They may take you a little bit of truth and ball it up with a whole lot of bullshit and bolster it. Sensationalize. They're great at sensationalizing things. Okay? Little bit of truth, whole lot of fake. You're not going to decipher all of it. And you can't tell me they haven't lied to you in the last 4 years about some major things that have changed your life. Not just one school shooting. How many times do you hear about the school shooting and it's actually the Burger King across the street? It's 2 gang members shooting at each other. But it's a school shooting. Okay? Again, they're all about being first. They'll put out the fake stats, the 20 people dead. Oh, well, it's only 12 now. Because all it does is take a quick retraction and they're done. They're the biggest propaganda machines in our... they're literally like, I don't know who I believe more, them or Al Jazeera. Okay? It's like literally telling me how many people were dead in Gaza. You think I'm going to believe Hamas and how much they can't? I don't even believe they can count. Like they have legitimate problems just counting. And trust me, we got people here that can't count. So, yeah. Just saying. That's the way I look at it. Call me skewed, call me whatever it is what it is. I'm just telling you that's how I look. I understand. And you can't deny they haven't lied to you about major things in the last 4 years. So again, you do you. You want to pick and choose what you think they're telling you is real? That's you. Go ahead. I'm not going to tell you to stop, but I understand they're liars. So again, lie to me once, shame on them. Lie to me twice and have me believe it, shame on me. Shame on me. That's it. And it ain't shame on me. I've been doing this a whole long time. Those scanners, I believe what comes out of those scanners. That's the reason why we watch the police chase on mute. Okay? I want to hear it from the horse's mouth, not from their mouths. Okay? And that's just the way I look at it. And again, I'm not telling you to feel that way. I'm telling you that's how I feel. Call me your conspiracy theorist, whatever. It's funny how many conspiracies ended up coming true. Okay? And again, what people don't realize a lot of the times is all they need to do is put you on the defense right away. So you have to, you know what I mean, explain yourself. And by the time you're done explaining yourself and you're proved right, so to speak, the damage is already done. Because then the story about you being right is going to be snuffed out. Okay? They'll 10x the story that was bad, and then when the real story comes out, mum's the word. And you'd be surprised on how many people, okay, just believe what the media just tells them because that's what they grew up watching, like I did when I was a kid. Wake up in the morning, get ready for school. That's if it wasn't cartoons, sometimes it was the news because your parents are watching that. You only had one TV. Called for you? What are you talking about? Oh, it's up conspiracy. Yeah, it's just, you know, come on, man. Controlled narrative. That's exactly it. That's it. That's how I feel. Like, you got to be real careful about what you believe, what these people tell you. Now, you can do you, but I'd say if you want to get a real, what's really going on and not be fooled, you have to do a lot of your own investigation, and that's tough nowadays to get, you know, a lot of information about certain things that aren't ran by mass media. Okay? Because they're about selling a story. Okay? That's their deal. It's a business. The business of keeping you in fear. Whether it's by monkeypox or school shootings or fucking whatever else they can come up with. That's just it. You know? It's the old, it's just like a mongoose fighting a snake. You watch the mongoose. It's busy flipping his tail over here. So the snake looks over there and is busy with the tail and goes after the tail. Then the mongoose goes after the snake and kills him every time. And that's it. Look over here while you don't see what's going on here. That's just it, man. Common sense is no longer common sense. Yes. There is no... that's why I don't even refer to common sense anymore, really. I just tell it how I feel. The way I look at things. Whether people think it's skewed, please, have your opinion. That's your right. Okay? But I'm just telling you, it's sometimes it isn't always what it seems. And I always tell you also, who's the storyteller? Bro, that's the elbow room right there. I didn't notice that. Look at the white van right there. Like when see the white truck right there in the street up there? With the orange sign. That is fucking the elbow room. So I'm saying, look how close. Beautiful beach right there. Banging. So I'm saying, Apostle, see, but most people, again, when the true story about Operation Mockingbird came about, again, it didn't get the push that all the propaganda did. That's kind of my point. They'll push their propaganda 10x, and then they'll tell the real story of you being right the whole time for 1 second, and that's it. It gets swept under the rug so fast by all this other shit. Nobody's the wiser. And then they can't say that they didn't tell you. Look, we told you on that day. There's the retraction. He was right. If they had to do that, which they never do. So. Well, don't say that, Noticer. It's not that. Again, I'm not going to say people are gullible. I'm just saying it's, to me, again, my opinion, it's really flawed when someone has been lying to you and then just to straight up believe what they have to say. On anything else. If you're telling me the sky's blue and you already lied to me, I'm looking up to check. Just saying. I'm just saying. Like, we're going to have to start with the small stuff. Yeah. Stupid people can't have intelligent kids. Well, I'm not saying it can happen. Well, that's the one I was talking about, Smoking Toad. That's the one we did live. And, after that, I started to say, regardless of whether I think they're real or fake, or all of them are real, or all of them are fake, whatever, I said to myself, I don't want to push the narrative. I feel like all you're doing is getting the clickbaits and the views to push a narrative. And if it is all real, right, aren't you part of the problem? Because, again, these people are copycats. They weren't the first to do it. Columbine wasn't the first. They were just the first, I guess, to do it in a school here. There was that one dude, like I told you, in 82, went into a McDonald's and killed a whole bunch of people in a McDonald's here. It wasn't in L.A. It was I think near San Diego. Don't quite remember all the details. But, yeah. I have a hard time believing everything they say. Or anything they say. It was in San Ysidro? Okay. Yeah, it was a pretty wild little scene. And that's all. Just be mindful of what you're being told, and and do your homework yourself, you know. Roger, I wouldn't sell either. I'm not here to promote either, because I know in a sense one may care about me more than the other, but most don't care. So I wouldn't do that. I'm not here to promote other people. I'm here to promote myself, if anything. And even that I don't promote. How many times did I tell you to go into the merch store and buy stuff? I don't. Some people ask me, hey, do you sell shirts? And then I'll point them the way. That's it. Again, it's not all about the money for me. You know, it's more about having fun and creating the community that we have than it is selling another t-shirt, which I'm not making 100% on, so you know what I mean? And if it was, why don't I take memberships? Why don't you ever hear me say, please donate? You don't ever hear those things. Ever. Not one time. That's why. Because it's not all about the money. If it was, I'd be doing the memberships. I'd be telling you to donate. I'd be putting up the merch page and playing a little commercial. Not that hard to do it all. Can certainly do it. And that's it. That's the way I look at it. Dorner, too. That whole thing was wild, too. I remember listening on my scanner. They burnt him out. And he never came out. I remember listening to the SWAT team saying they lighting side 4, like literally lighting the cabin on fire. They had the fire department there the whole time, just waiting in the back, staged. Next thing you know, all 4 sides, it's fully engulfed. I'm listening to all of it on SWAT channel. Then you could hear the rounds popping, because he had rounds in that cabin. Now, the whole story behind all of it, don't know anything about, other than the hearsay that they have told. But I can tell you, I listened to the whole Dorner thing on my police scanner like it was no thing. Burnt it down to the crisp, or down to the ground. 435 was live, yeah. So that's all I say, you know. Sometimes it isn't what things, you know, what seem to be. You know, you're fed the story. Who's the storyteller? You know, you could tell a story, I could tell a story about the same thing, and it'd probably sound like 2 different stories. So who's the storyteller? That's the big thing. Yeah, it was wild. What was even more wild is those poor ladies that were delivering newspapers at like 5:30 in the morning in a Toyota Tacoma and literally got their car Swiss cheesed. Cops were so on alert at that point. Anything funny, they were just dumping, no questions asked. Shot both of them. They were delivering newspapers in the middle of the night. You know how you get that early morning, throw it on your porch. Yeah. Almost killed those ladies. I can't believe it didn't. Like, the grace of, just the luck, sheer luck that they Swiss cheesed that car like that and didn't kill them. And I'm sure if we look back at it, it was millions and millions of our tax dollars paid out for that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they Swiss cheese. She had like a Toyota Tacoma, if I remember correctly. It was a wild deal, man. I wish I could do it. My browser's blocked right now. I gotta get the browser going. Don't know why it's all busted. Otherwise, I'd show you. You now uncancelled? Shit, yeah. It's always fun to be uncancelled. So that's just the way I look at things. You look at all you want, believe everything you want to believe. Don't bug me. Just don't be angered when I don't believe some of the things you telling me or coming at me about. And that's, you know, just my opinion. Was it Tacoma, right? Yeah. Shot a Nissan Armada, you know. Yeah, that was crazy, man. That was a crazy time. They were on high alert. The cops were. There was no fucking around, man. Yeah, they sweep those stories underground real quick, likes. Well, I don't know. I think, you know, it's some agencies they pick on more than others. You know? The sheriff departments had plenty of bad news with the whole gang thing, and I'm not saying any of it's true. I don't know. I'm just saying that the bad publicity of that kind of stuff, mistreatment of inmates in the prison system because they're the jailers. So there's a lot to that. And then of course LAPD with blowing up the fireworks in the street by accident, and it blew up. They blew the windows out of all the homes on the street and knocked off the facades on some of them. And then the Rampart scandal. And yeah. So there's a lot of scandals with them. Rodney King was beaten by, I think it was Simi Valley PD, wasn't it? Or was it LAPD that chased him into Simi Valley after the chase? Maybe that's what it was. Because I know the beating happened in Simi Valley. Maybe it was LAPD that chased him on the 118 into Simi Valley. It's a while back now. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure that's probably what it was. Topanga or Devonshire or, Mission, one of those. Probably caught the car and chased him down there. No, definitely wasn't the CHP or the sheriffs. It was either LAPD or I'm pretty sure it was LAPD. They chased him into that area, and it's Simi Valley's area, but LAPD will keep chasing you. No, Rampart was not chasing Rodney. Rampart was beating those gang members up and then shot and paralyzed one of them, planted guns, stealing cocaine from the locker. They were doing a lot of bad shit. There was just a few of them, wasn't all of them. Was it Rampart on Rodney? Oh man, I didn't even know. Really? Wow. Boy. Rampart, huh? Yeah. That was a whole nother thing. It's been a while now. Alright guys, I think I'm out of here. Enough conspiracy talks. I guess that's it for now. Keep your notifications on. Hopefully we get us a chase. You know what I mean? That'll be the best thing to do. Keep those notos on. Make sure that click to all notifications. I guess other than that, thank you for the likes, the love, the donos, the thumbs ups. They work and they're free. I appreciate that. Have a fantastic hump day. And if there's no chases, I guess I will see you guys on Friday. Unless there's emergency meeting in Dalton or the Thornton Township, but I doubt it. So thanks for joining me, guys. Have a fantastic day. Be careful what you believe. I'll see you on the next one.
This party is officially over.
Yeah, you guys. I'm going home.